That crispy pork, man, I'm saying it's one of the best.
You can't make that at home.
You can't make that,
Make that at home.
This baby. It's a $13 bag of chips.
Dude, yo, you gotta be a millionaire to shop with Eva.
When I step foot in a Chinese-focused grocery store, fear and intimidation course through my veins. Yet here I am, drawn by my insatiable appetite for new food experiences. Chef Eva Chin is gonna take me from bewildered to adept shopper by highlighting her favorite produce, rare items, and staples that form the basis of perhaps the most influential cuisine on the planet, all at TNT.
So this lychee, in English, it just says specialty lychee because they don't want to explain it. But in Chinese, it's called fei ji xiu. In direct translation, it says concubine smiles. Why? So there's many different types of lychee, okay, in the world. This type of lychee was based on a very favorite concubine from a very specific dynasty. And every time she ate this lychee, she would smile. And guys would faint. It's sweet, it's sticky, that's why she loved it so much.
Yeah, and it's slightly different. It's reddish.
It's reddish.
That's what differentiates it?
It will become a little bit more ripe as it goes on. It becomes redder and redder. These are longan. They're like the ugly brother, sister of lychee. And obviously lychees hit the white community more. Yes. Nobody really knows this. It's really hard to pronounce it, longan. Medicinally, we eat this whenever we've eaten too much chips or stayed up late, super late at night. This is actually much better for our body than lychee. We know this.
Oh, we know durian.
We know this, baby, hey? So when I was young, my mom would take the flesh and freeze it. And it never freezes solid because of the high fat consistency. Right. So it kind of turns into an ice cream. Yeah, you freeze durian, you cut it into slices, and you pour like coconut milk over it. And it's actually like, it doesn't smell as bad when it's ice cold, and it's much more creamier and delicious.
Wow. Oh my God. It's so creamy.
One thing Asian cuisine is very well known is choy. The choy family is outstanding.
What does the word choy mean?
Choy simply means leafy green. Okay. Hearty leafy green. You know, you got this right in season. This is morning glory. Anything that's grown in water will always have shoots and hollow like this. This is grown in water. It's also known as water spinach.
How do you determine which ones you're going to use?
I would recommend bigger stock choys to be used for broths.
For broths, okay.
For broth and braises, it's really good at
They hold
soaking
up well.
things. Yeah.
They hold up
Anything
well.
that's delicate and leafy, you want a quick stir fry.
Stir fry, okay.
You know, next time you're craving some greens and you want to be healthy, try to go for a cooked choy rather than a salad. Yes. Honestly, there is more nutrients in this than a lettuce. Here you see a Western celery. This is known as a Chinese celery. Big difference in flavor. This tastes like water, this tastes like a celery. 10 years ago, celery got overgrown for the green juice movement, and celery has tasted like water ever since.
Oh.
Right?
Oh my God, and
right?
that little stuff. Holy See, when you're looking for things you can't find anywhere else, you come to a place like this.
TNT has one of my favorite raw seafood tanks. Number one, it's super clean. All the edges of the glass are scrubbed. It's pretty amazing.
Eva, you gotta tell us about the hot pot section.
You ever want to do hot pot, you gotta like balls, okay? So there's many different types of balls. So you got fried fish ball, that's my favorite. My top 3 here is that. So that's an actual egg.
Really?
It's scrambled eggs to form a wrapper, and then they put the filling in there, and then they wrap it in half.
Way.
Then you have this. This is UMAMI, made from fish meat instead of pork that you have in dim sum. A lot more delicate, a lot more spongy.
I'm brand new. I want to make a hot pot for my family. What would be a good strategy?
So I would definitely go with fried fish balls, fish ball with tofu, and the lobster balls to start. Those are the more amateur ones to start.
Okay.
And the best part about hot pot is you can buy a bunch of these, put them in Ziploc bags in your freezer. This is part 2.
Oh yeah. This is
the jackpot. You know, you got lamb, you got beef, you got pork. When I want a full beef one, I do a soy sauce broth.
Soy sauce and what? And
soy sauce,
chicken
sake.
Sake?
Yeah, so more of a Japanese approach, like a sukiyaki.
At the end or in the beginning, so the alcohol evaporates?
In the beginning of the broth, it evaporates. Yeah. As you're eating, you dump in more sake.
So why are you buying instant noodle soup when you have all this? Right? Why are you buying instant noodle? Why are you buying Campbell's?
this is literally your hot pot section.
This is like in
Yeah.
Chinese cuisine, you've got to know your sauces.
You gotta know your sauces, but these are the pre-packaged hot pots. And this is a scallop flavor broth. This
Okay.
is the tomato broth I usually make at home.
Yeah.
This is the one I usually buy. Here's my secret for everyone, guys.
Ooh.
Next time you're gonna hot pot, buy this. This is my favorite hot pot broth. This is a sesame goma shio style broth. It is delicious. There's even a yin yang one, so you can have spicy and not spicy. That's how crazy and convenient it is now.
You get everything.
This is a Cantonese sauce known as
Yeah.
sachan. This one in Canton, when you do hot pot, you don't add anything else. You would just have this. This and beef. This is known as the chili oil section, you know? This is one of the world's most well-known brands, LONGAN. Yeah. Personally, this is my favorite brand.
Li Kum Ki.
The Li Kum Q, but specifically the Chu Chow chili oil. That is this is my absolute favorite. Fermented tofu, now this is what we call the blue cheese of Chinese cuisine. It's basically little tiny blocks of tofu that's fermented. We take a cube and we mash it with garlic, saute vegetables in it. Or we'd have a block of it on a plate and have a bowl of white rice or congee with it. This is called doubanjiang. You want to make mapo tofu at home? This is the most important ingredient from Sichuan. Okay, and then you have here a weird random Japanese Korean section. I'm also gonna debunk a myth today. MSG is good for you. Yeah, this is my favorite MSG. It's the Yamada mushroom seasoning. I'm gonna tell you guys, MSG is everywhere we go. It's in the tomato you eat. It's in the bag of ketchup in your French fries. It's in the soy sauce you put in your sashimi. And it most definitely is in every broth that you like to drink. But it's a natural MSG. So it's derived from mushrooms and from seaweed.
Whereas a fake MSG is derived, an artificial one is
An
derived
artificial is more from a lab.
from a lab.
Yes. And let me tell you something. If you guys ever want to splurge $50, which is worth it, this is my favorite ramen brand in the world.
$50. This is
I
what
know.
we gotta show. $50. Aleem's not buying that. It has to be
If
a
you
special
split it with
occasion.
5 friends, Aleem, it's worth it.
So, I really want to try something like this. This is what I do. You know how they say there's conspicuous consumption?
Yeah.
You could put the 2 diamonds next to each other. One could be $1,000, one could be $500. I'll buy the $1,000 one because I'm like, yo, why is it $1,000? Same thing. We're gonna have to buy this one day. I'm gonna call you over. We're gonna.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna come down here to, this is called the special snack part. So let me tell you what's my favorite here. It is this baby. It's a $13 bag of chips.
Dude, yo, you gotta be a millionaire to shop with Eva.
No,
you
man.
gotta be a millionaire.
No, man, it's just once in a lifetime, you know, you gotta try this. These are so good. Every kid, we grew up with dried squid, you know. This and beer and alcohol, this is it.
Really? Why does seafood lend itself so well to snacks as opposed to meat?
Umami.
Is the umami from the seafood?
It's the umami that brings out the alcohol.
Really?
If you drink sake and beer or soju or baijiu with this, you can't stop eating.
Sometimes too fishiness turns me
Yeah,
off.
it turns
I'm not used to it.
sometimes if it's too fishy, it tastes like cat food. I get it.
You get it, yeah.
I
So
get
how
it.
do
I
you-
really get it.
Yeah, you get it.
That's why
I'm
you
not
have
the
to
only
look
one.
for very specific flavors. So like, see this? This
Yeah.
one will not taste like cat food because it's covered in a sweet glaze with sesame seeds.
Ah,
You can't
smart.
just buy pure dried seafood.
Yes.
That's a problem. That crispy pork, man, I'm saying, is one of the best.
You can't make that at home.
You can't make that
You
at
can't
home.
make that at home. Like, what's the process they use to make this?
It's a 4 or 5 day process. They had to blanch it, they had to dry it. Then, while they're roasting it, they scrape it every single time it cooks
Why is that? Why do they scrape it?
to open up another pore. It's like layers of pork being scraped and
Otherwise it would
reopening.
burn on the outside.
Exactly, and you would only have one layer of crisp. Whereas this one, it's like a puff pastry.
Oh,
You're forcing layers of it to come out.
Yes, I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah,
back
it's
there.
like wafers. I'll
Right?
cook some veggies from the vegetable section here, and I'll just eat this with rice.
That's like a meal right there.
That's a meal right there.
right? Look at that layer of fat. But look at the 3 different layers. You got the crispy, the fatty, and then the actual meat. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, because there's a lot of the lean meat in the bottom that makes up for the fattiness on top. That's why you have to eat it all.
Yo, if you're an experimental type person, you gotta come to TNT.
Come chop at TNT.
Yeah,
You'll
don't-
most likely find me in the mornings here, and I could show you my favorite hot pot stuff.
Now we're gonna eat some
Real food.
real food, some Hakka.
Yeah.
Hakka, the first Hakka spot in Toronto.
Off we go.
Let's go.